Hey guys, my name is Whalen Rozelle. I'm the director of eSports at Riot Games. I'd say, and I'm a bit biased being an eSports guy, but it's a MOBA, multi-online battle arena, and it's a 5-on-5 PvP competition where players control a champion and they play in Summoner's Rift, which is our map. And the objective is to destroy the enemy's nexus before you lose yours. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think that League of Legends has been kind of designed with esports in mind, with competitive esports in mind, just because it has a lot of the elements that traditional sports has, right? It's a 5-on-5 competition, so it's a team game, which leads to a lot of interesting dynamics when you're having esports. The map doesn't really change it, like things, sort of the rules get tweaked, new champions get added, but ultimately like the core game is like pure, but every game is different, which is what's really fun about playing and what's fun about watching is that the competitors change, the champions change, and also like just the strategies and tactics evolve over time. So we think that esports is just like another really cool way that players can engage with League of Legends. It's fun to play, and we think it's really fun to watch. And the reason we're doing esports is really because our players, right? Like they told us through watching season 1 and watching season 2 that they enjoy watching. So in true Riot fashion, we listened to our players and were like, okay, let's just keep going bigger and better every year. So in season 3, we've really been focused on turning esports into something that can last for decades and laying the foundation of leagues across the world. In our case, in North America and Europe, here we've done the LCS, or the League of Legends Championship Series, and we're taking it we're evolving the format from something that is like around tournaments every once in a while to like a league, into a season. And we think that this is the best way for esports fans to be fans. It's way easier when you know your team is playing every Thursday or every Friday or every Saturday, every Sunday, and you can tune in and get a high quality broadcast, and it's something that is fun to watch. So I'm a sports fan. A lot of people in the esports team are sports fans, and I can tell you every Sunday, because I'm an NFL fan, every Sunday what I'm doing, and we want to make it so that esports fans have that same sort of feeling, so they know what they're doing on Thursday, Friday. They want to watch the LCS, and that's our goal, and that's what we're trying to get to. That's a great question. It's a question that comes up a lot, and we actually, that's sort of like it's an interesting question because it's something that not just esports, but it's a design question, and we actually have a cool relationship with our design team and our live design team, and we're constantly asking ourselves that question. And in the past, I think we've said publicly, I think Zillion and a few other people have said, or Zillia has said publicly, that it's not something that we want to do at the moment, but we constantly ask ourselves that question, and if we think that it's good for the game and good for esports, we'll do it. But if it's not good for the game, not good for esports, then we won't do it. So right now there are no plans to, but we're always thinking about it. Yeah, that's another cool question, and it's something that we want to make very clear to people. We think it's important, what we call like sort of to have an aspirational path. I grew up playing sports, and I knew exactly, even there's no chance I could be a professional athlete, I knew what I had to do to be a professional athlete. And we think that the more people know about how to become a pro, the more that they can respect the fact that it's very difficult to become a pro and how hard it is to be a professional esports athlete. So, right now my recommendation would be to play a lot, and find a team, join a team, and make a ranked team. Because right now the way that you can get into the LCS, the most direct way, is to play in ranked, get your team up to the challenger level. So we have this cool like league system that we launched in season 3, and the top league is challenger. And once you get to challenger, you get the chance to participate in a bunch of challenger tournaments. One of which is actually at Gamescom right now. We have 4 challenger teams and some of the best sort of semi-pro players out there. And if you win a bunch of challenger tournaments, you'll get an invitation to play in the promotion tournament. And in that tournament, you can play against the bottom LCS teams. So the bottom LCS teams have to sort of defend their right to stay in the LCS, and that's where you can basically become pro. So that's the step-by-step directions on how to go pro. I don't think it's not much of a secret. I mean, I think one of the reasons why people think that we're a good esport is just I think it's because we listen to our players and we give them an esports experience that, you know, is fun and exciting. And I think that's not much of a secret to success, but if anything, that would be our secret, is that, you know, we focus on players first. We listen to our players. They engage with us on Reddit, on you know, Twitter, on our forums, and you know, ultimately they're who we serve. Like, you know, we answer to our players is our thing at Riot, and same thing with esports. So you know, a great example of this is like in the off season. This has been the first year of the LCS, and you know, we're in the off season. We're going to go back and we're going to see kind of what worked and what didn't work, and we're going to get all the feedback that our players have told us, and you know, we're going to kind of evolve our format and go bigger and go better. So I guess if that's a secret sauce, that's the formula. It's a lot of hard work and just, you know, being open-minded and trying to look forward and make everything better. Absolutely. So right now at Gamescom, there are a couple tournaments going on that are pretty important for sort of the big narrative and the big picture. We have the International Wildcard Tournament, which essentially you have the best team from Latin America, Brazil, Russia, Turkey, and Oceania competing for a chance to go to the World Championship. And then you have the 6 best EU LCS teams competing for 3 spots at World Championship. And right now we're sort of in what we like to call the Road to Worlds, which is tournaments happening all over the world where the best pro teams are trying to make it to the World Championships, which are going to be starting September 15th in Los Angeles. And all of that, you know, that's going to be a 14-team tournament. It's going to be really exciting. And you know, there we're essentially going to crown the world champion for this year. And the final is going to happen in the Staples Center, which, like, I'm personally incredibly excited about because it's just very symbolic for what we're trying to do with esports. We think that, you know, esports has been something that's incredibly exciting and fun to watch, but really hasn't got the attention it deserved. And we think that we're trying to really push it towards, you know, being kind of more like a traditional sport. And we, you know, I'm hoping in a few years it's so big that, you know, people won't be surprised that it's in the Staples Center. And we just think it's kind of you know, that's really what people should be looking out for. You know, if you're an esports fan or if you haven't gotten into it yet, I would highly recommend checking out the World Championship, just because it's an 11-day tournament and it's going to be, you know, some of the highest quality play, and it should be really fun to watch. I watch a lot of esports, and I have actually like a number of favorite teams across each scene, so it's tough to say like one particular team that I like that's my favorite team. You know, I think in Cloud9, or in North America, Cloud9 is a big favorite of a lot of people, and it's cool to see them coming onto the stage. It's like a great story, right, where they failed to qualify in North America to begin with, and then they qualified halfway through, and they've been crushing the competition. But you also have like a lot of cool stories in Europe too, where the same sort of a similar thing with Lemon Dogs coming on the scene, and the Europe story has been fascinating because, you know, the first place to 8th place has been very close all season, and we had like a 4-way tie for 2nd place at the end of the season. So I think that you know, it's not so much that I have a favorite team because I watch so many different scenes, but I love any team that innovates, tries new things, and is willing to take a risk, because I think that's the coolest part of esports for me personally is seeing how our pros who are so good, they evolve the game and they do things that I've never thought about. And you know, as a player, I look to them to, you know, to adapt my own play style. So a good example is like in Season 2, Froggen, who's on Evil Geniuses now, had some amazing Anivia play and inspired me to play Anivia. So, you know, I think that that's one of the cool things about esports is that, you know, not only is it fun to watch and is exciting, but it's also a way that, you know, all players who play League of Legends can look to them to get better at their own game, which ultimately is a competitive game. We all want to get better. We all like to win. So I'm a competitive guy. So I look at esports in that way as well. Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing is just I want to thank the players for watching. Like, you know, I have a really fun job, and it's because of you guys. And you guys let me do something that, you know, I really love to do. And all of us on the esports team, we're living the dream by doing this for you guys. And, you know, please do check out the World Championships, because I think that, you know, it's something that is bigger and better than anything we've done before, and then tell us, like, give us feedback on what you like, what you don't like, because we look to you guys to kind of make this thing special for you. So let us know on Twitter, let us know on Reddit, and let us know on our forums what you think about esports, and we'll make sure it's bigger and better for you next year.